So, hello everybody, Chantel here. I was leaving Maya right now, and I'm kind of like driving, but I had something on my heart that dropped in my spirit while I was riding, and it had to do with preference, having our different preferences. And preferences is just something that we prefer. It is literally sometimes catered to our personal liking. And I was thinking about it because sometimes you hear preference in a negative light. And I believe that there is a balanced way that we can look at our different preferences that we may have, no matter what it is. And what I thought about was, like, you know, for me, for example, people think, you know, I'm so organized and everything got to be a certain way, or I'm going to have a problem. But I don't agree with that, you know. And what I've recognized is that, yeah, my preference is for things to be orderly. My preference is for things to be done in a timely manner. My preference is for some type of heads up. That is my personal preference. However, my personal preference is not my hindrance. And what I mean is, if things don't go, you know, according to the way I would prefer, it doesn't give me a ticket to shut down. It doesn't give me a ticket to forfeit, a ticket to you know, deviate from what I wanted to do. And so what I've learned in my short time of living here is that even if it's not going the way I prefer, I have to be careful not to let my preference hinder me. And so, wow, y'all saw that? So even though something may not go the way I prefer, it may not have shown up in the time I wanted to show up, you know, and it shouldn't be an opportunity for me to shut down. I should be able to still maximize what I have, not what I don't have. I should still be able to maximize what I can do rather than what I can't do. It is very important that we don't allow what we prefer to hinder us. That could be in anything. Like, you know, sometimes in worship, you know, for me personally, I'm a more old school type of person. I'm old school, you know, and I like old school music, especially choir music. And you know, the newer stuff is not bad, you know what I mean? But it's not my preference. So 9 times out of 10, when you encounter me, you're going to encounter me listening to an old school style of music, or what they would consider old school. But just because something newer is on, I should not cut off God. I should not cut off my connection to God. I should not cut off the fact that God still could be using this song, the particular minister or artist or whatever, to get a certain message across. That is just an example, you know, of not allowing our preferences to shut us down. Because sometimes when people hear old school music, they think, oh, it's draining. Oh my God, here we go with the old school. And then on the other hand, some people who hear, you know, up-tempo or something that's more modern, and they automatically think that it's worldly. They automatically think that, you know, God is not in that, and it's loose and it's haphazard. And the truth is, it's just your preference in most cases. Now, we're not talking about the things being theologically correct, because it can be an old school song, and there are that I do not listen to because they are not theologically correct. They are not serving the purpose of getting the message of the gospel across. You know, so I'm not talking from that standpoint. I'm just talking from mere preference. What is my preference? And we need to be careful not to demonize something that is just not our preference. The only things we should demonize is what God demonized. The only thing we should disapprove of are the things that God disapproves of. That's it. Our preference is not law. Our preference is not law. You know, and so don't allow, it's not an issue. You're not in sin because you have a preference. But you can be in sin when you allow your preference to hinder you. That's in every area of your life. We should remain open to God. God could be using and speaking through anything in this life, you know. And so, God bless y'all. I just wanted to share that. That was on my heart. I'm sorry it's a little unorthodox. I'm driving, but I did not want to lose this nugget while I was driving. So God bless y'all. Have a good day.